How's it going, guys, and welcome back to that one channel on YouTube that's answering questions that nobody's asking me to answer, but I'm here to answer them anyway. Today we're going to be seeing if it's possible to complete a Buddhist run in Super Mario Bros. On the NES. Now, what is a Buddhist run? It's basically where you cannot collect any items, you can't kill any enemies, and you can't collect any coins. So is it going to be possible? Let's find out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a like on the video. It really helps out the channel, and with that out of the way, let's get into this. Okay, so starting things off with 1-1, this level is not going to give us any trouble at all, with there being hardly any enemies or any coins really to easily bump into, with it being the first level. Okay, so 1-2 is a little bit harder. You have to be a bit more patient, as I said in the last video, and there's a couple of coins you may accidentally hit, but as long as you're patient with it, you can avoid all the enemies and the coins without too much issue getting into the warp zone to go to World 4. Okay, upping the difficulty a little bit is 4-1. Again, we just really have to avoid the coins more so than the enemies in this. There's not really too many enemies we can kill, but as long as we're careful, easy win for us. Okay, so probably the hardest level so far for us is 4-2, as these three Goombas, as I said in the last video, that are really easy to accidentally bump into, but the easiest way is just to move over a little bit. So you've got the block on the left, wait for them to pass and just jump over them, easily getting into the warp zone with the wrong warp glitch, otherwise we have to get a coin. And we can just get to World 8 straight from there. Okay, 8-1 starts off quite promising, and honestly, it's not too difficult to start with until we get about to the midway point, where we get this absolute bastard of a jump. Like, I tried and tried, we can't do the Goomba trick, obviously, so with much valiant effort, I kept trying to get this little clip without collecting the coins, and I tried, until eventually I managed to do this one jump. And let me tell you, I was on the verge of giving up there, but just two more quite difficult jumps, and we can get to the end of the level. Thought we were really going to lose it there. 8-2 is a little bit more relaxed on the avoiding enemies and dodging coins than 8-1 is. I mean, obviously there's a lot of enemies to avoid with the addition of bullet bills into this level, but as long as you're careful, you can easily avoid them. There's not really many coins you can have to worry about. There's a couple at the beginning, but other than that, it's pretty simple, giving you an easy run after the horrors of 8-1. 8-3 is super easy for being in a World 8 level for this challenge, because there's no coins to run into at all. All you have to really do is just avoid the hammer throws, and as long as you time it all right, you can easily just run past them without too much stress. Just making sure to not hit any bullet bills that come onto the screen, and just being careful at the end to complete the level. Easy run. And so finally we made it to 8-4, which isn't too difficult despite being the last level, as long as we know which route to take. The enemies are pretty easy to avoid, a couple of paratroopers. We obviously can't hit the Kaiser block, so we have to wait and move over enough to get into the pipe using the glitch. And after that, it's just a couple of piranha plants to avoid, a couple of cheeps to get into the underwater section. Nothing to worry about in the underwater sections, we can't kill anything or collect any coins. Getting into the last jump, dodging the hammer throw, and killing Bowser off, to end this run of no enemies being killed and no coins being collected. So is it possible? Yes, it is possible to complete Super Mario Bros. On the NES as a pacifist, collecting no coins, killing no enemies, and collecting no items. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And if you're not and you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel anyway. It really helps out. We're aiming for 2,000 subscribers by the end of June, maybe? I don't know. But with that out of the way, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.